What's up YouTube, Trashy here, and today I'm going to talk about some of the more obscure but useful Stardew Valley tips and tricks. Things that the game just never tells you and usually take many hours to learn. Keep in mind that there will be spoilers ahead, so watch at your own discretion, and as always, there is no wrong way to play Stardew Valley. Play how you want and at your own pace, it's your game. I'm not your mom and you don't have to listen to me at all. Although, it would be nice if you did. With that being said, and in no particular order at all, let's get into it. I'm going to start things off with my all-time favourite obscure Stardew Valley tip. If you're playing on PC, you can just delete things from your inventory by picking them up and hitting the delete key on your keyboard. This puts them straight into the trash can, so you will still get money back if you have an upgraded trash can. Another tip for PC players, you can tap Y or N on your keyboard to accept or deny pretty much any dialogue choice in the game. If you want to eat a bunch of food at once, or if you're sleeping through a bunch of days in a row, just tap Y and you will save a little time. If you're chopping wood, you can control which side the tree falls towards depending on where you finish chopping from. If you stand to the left of the center, it falls to the right, and if you stand to the right, it falls to the left. This is great for trees near water because if the tree falls into the water, the wood will sink after a small grace period. When you're buying things on PC, you can hold Shift to buy 5 items at a time and Control Shift to buy 25 items at a time. While this has no direct equivalent on console, if you hold the 2 buttons in that let you buy items, which for example on the Switch are Y and A, you buy 2 at a time, which isn't as fast as PC, but it's still much faster if it's your only option. If you're like me and you like to fill your sheds with kegs, preserves jars, or any other processing machine, first of all, this is one of the best layouts that maximizes space. Second of all, if you run through your machines holding down the button you use to collect, you'll collect a bunch at once. Now, just running through and holding this button down leaves some gaps, and you often have to run back and collect the ones that you missed. However, if you run through at a diagonal angle going upwards towards the upper row, sort of pushing against the upper line of machines, you will collect every last one. Hopefully I can put together some sort of on-screen explanation of this while I'm editing, because I don't think I can word it any better and it sounds a little bit confusing. Another way to save a little time is by planting as you harvest. While running around your crops and harvesting them, if you hold the seeds that you want to plant in your hand and hold down the action button or key, you will harvest your crops and instantly replace them with your brand new seeds as you go. Speaking of saving time, if you're running around and trying to harvest all of the truffles that your pigs keep digging up, but you keep accidentally interacting with your pigs, just hold a button down. You'll pick up all truffles automatically, and you will also pet all of your unpet animals without bringing up the animal interaction screen. If you have a lot of animals, this is a great way to give them all pets without having to guess which ones you've pet and which ones you haven't. You literally do not need to build a well on your farm ever. You can spend a little bit more to build a fish pond instead and then use that to fill your watering can. And once you've expanded your house to have a kitchen, you can just refill it at your kitchen sink. Panning is actually useful now that we can upgrade our pans all the way to iridium, plus you can wear your pan as a hat to save inventory space. But did you know that panning spots, these sparkly spots in the water, actually have a sound cue? If you hear this sound, that means that a panning spot has spawned somewhere in the area that you're currently in. When your fences eventually decay and leave behind little lumps on the ground, you can just replace them with new fences of the same type rather than breaking them all and wasting energy in the process. Speaking of replacing things, you don't have to painstakingly take everything out of your small chests to put them in your big chests. You can just slap a big chest down on a small chest and everything will instantly transfer. You can interact with this pencil and paper here at the museum to rearrange your artifacts and make them look pretty. You can plant grass indoors. It won't spread, but it can be used in some cute design ideas like a fake little garden, patio, or porch. You can feed your horse 1 carrot once a day to give it a small speed boost. During fall, after the fair event, you can steal pumpkins from the front of various houses in town, and you can also steal these lanterns from the graveyard. Don't worry, your house won't be haunted afterwards. Probably. Speaking of stealing, many people are already aware that once you have 2 hearts with Caroline, she will give you the recipe for making your very own tea saplings, which can be quite profitable. However, did you know that if you whack her sapling exactly 200 times with your axe, you can just steal it, and it respawns every day. I know this seems like something someone would make up just to mess with you, but I promise it's true, I've tried it myself. Speaking of stealing again, you can just steal all of the torches from the mines and use them to light up your farm or place them around town so it looks nicer at night. Also related to torches, you can place torches on top of your sprinklers and on your fences for easy night lighting. Have you ever been out fishing and seen an annoying bubble spot that you just can't reach because it's off to one side? Well, you can actually direct your fishing line as you cast it by simply holding in the left or right input, casting it to either the left or right. If you're in the late game and you're grinding the volcano for dragon teeth, the last thing that you want to happen is for one of those precious dragon teeth to fall into the lava before you can pick it up. This can happen especially if your inventory is already full, because not even a magnet ring can save you if you don't have inventory space. However, if you make sure to keep one dragon tooth on you already, even if your inventory is full, you will still manage to snag that tooth before it sinks. The fact that chests can hold more hay than silos drives me insane, but it is a reality that we all have to live with. I like to build just one silo on my farm and keep the rest of my hay in a chest. The way that you do this is you fill up your silo, which can store a total of 240 hay and can be checked by just interacting with it, and then you take all of that hay out using the hay hopper in your coop or barn. If the feeding trough is full, you won't be able to take hay out of the hopper, but you can use a bomb, such as a simple cherry bomb, to empty the trough a bit and then extract all of the hay out from your silo and pop it in a chest. If you ever want to move hay from your chest back into the silo, you can just pop it back into your silo by holding it over your head and interacting with the silo. We talked a little bit earlier about the best way to optimize the layout in your sheds, with exactly 136 kegs or preserves jars or whatever you prefer fitting in a shed using this layout. But technically, you can also use this layout and fit 204 kegs in one shed too. If placed and filled in rows, once it's all ready to collect, you can just use an iridium hoe to collect them all and then repeat. This works with all processing machines, including casks in your basement. However, if you don't feel like having to painstakingly place every machine back down afterwards, you can use pathing to your advantage. Machines placed on paths aren't affected by your tools, meaning that you can strategically place down paths in your basement or shed, like this, for example, and then fill the entire room with your machines, and once they're ready, you can carve out a nice little path, collect everything, and place the missing ones back. The Quarry Cave, aside from being filled with really annoying haunted skulls who desperately want to rid you of your mortal coil, has a golden scythe at the end. You probably knew that already, but did you know that interacting with the statue that's holding the golden scythe teleports you back to the start of the cave? Speaking of, the skulls in here can drop haunted mannequins, which get up to a bunch of shenanigans, including swapping out their clothes for yours and changing the wallpaper in your house. However, if you leave them in the church in Pierre's shop overnight, they become normal mannequins. Now, I would love to have a conversation with whoever figured this out. Like, did they leave it there overnight as a joke, like, begone spirits from this mannequin, and then it actually worked and they freaked out? I need to know. Pets can wear hats. That's it, that's the tip. You can take their hat off by holding a different hat in your hands and interacting with them. NPCs walk around almost every single area of Stardew Valley, potentially destroying any machines that you might want to set up. Even Emily and Sandy take a stroll around Calico Desert once a year for Sandy's birthday, and that's probably going to increase with the 1.7 release. But the Quarry is a 100% safe zone. Nobody ever visits the Quarry, so if you're not interested in using it for mining coal or other ores, you can decorate it however you want or use it for your processing machines or basically anything. You can move chests by whacking them with your axe or pickaxe a couple of times. If you accidentally hit them into a corner, just hit them again, they'll pop out. This does use energy though, so keep that in mind. You can also move chests by basically just hitting them a bunch of times without anything in your hands, which only uses 1 point of energy at a time, but is a little bit slower. Now, I'm only including this next tip because I have seen a fair few people realize it was a thing a couple of years into their playthrough, which is understandable because the game doesn't actually tell you at any stage. You can charge up your watering can and hoe once you've upgraded them, with each upgrade being more powerful. You can also hop around with your tool charged. You can't change direction, but you can move side to side. Luck is a core mechanic in Stardew Valley, and it affects many things. But did you know that you can abuse it to win big at the casino hidden at the back of Sandy's shop in the desert? High daily luck and luck buffs directly affect the outcomes at the casino. If you want to know more about luck and what it affects, you can check out this video where I did a deep dive and I tested a bunch of different things to see exactly how much luck matters. You can move any of your farm buildings at Robin's, including your house and your shipping bin, and your greenhouse once it's been fixed up. You can also change the colour of many different buildings, although their full customization isn't unlocked until they've been fully upgraded. You probably already know that Pierre buys crops and forageables, Willie buys fish, and Clint buys museum artifacts. But did you know that you can sell your extra weapons, rings, and boots to Marlon at the Adventurers Guild? If you find yourself running out of space in your fridge for ingredients, you can buy extra fridges from Robin, and when you cook in your kitchen, you will pull from all fridges in your house, no matter where they're located. I spent a very long time placing my fences and gates like this, but it turns out that if you place a gate on already placed fences, it also works and it matches the design of the fence, meaning that you absolutely can have metal gates with metal fences. Also, while we're here, you can replace 2 fences with 2 gates to make a double wide gate that your horse can fit through. Joja Mart stays open when Pierre's shuts on Wednesday, and it's open until 11 PM every day. Yes, it's more expensive, but it can save your butt when you really need to buy seeds and Pierre's is shut. Also, Pierre sucks. Unless the community center bundle specifies the quality of the item, you can use different qualities to fulfill the same bundle. For example, you can use silver, gold, and normal quality wheat to fulfill the 10 wheat needed for the fodder bundle. You just have to have it all on you and in your inventory at the same time. You can't, for example, deposit 3 wheat now and then the remaining 7 later. The bundle will only allow you to donate different qualities if you have 10 wheats in your inventory. If you die in the mines or Skull Cavern and you lose an item that you really didn't want to lose, you can buy it back from Marlon for its sell price. If you read the book hidden in the back of the Adventurers Guild, which you get access to after slaying a total of 1,000 monsters, you get a 50% discount. And that's it for today's video. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments what your favourite word in the English language is. Mine is Pneuma ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis, or egg. Also, at the time of uploading this video, this Saturday is International Cat Day, International Hangover Day, and National Sneak Some Zucchini Onto Your Neighbor's Porch Day. I don't know about you, but that sounds like one hell of a weekend to me. I stream on Twitch, post on Blue Sky, and I keep the community updated in my Discord, and all of these links can be found in the description below. I'm actually currently doing a Stardew Valley perfection run over on Twitch, which I eventually plan to turn into its whole own video over here on YouTube. You can also become a channel member for exclusive benefits such as members only videos where I basically just yap at the camera for a while and show off some projects that I'm working on. Big, huge shout out to Trash Masters Alexis Jordan and Ailean Faye. I hope your pillows are cool on both sides forever and ever. Thank you. I'll see y'all in the next video. Love you, bye!